Sex and you're watching Fit Cam. No! That's Sam, he plays vocals.
That's Tom, he plays guitar.
My brother is Dan, he plays drums. He's quite a lot more intelligent and motivated than I am, so I'll probably just leech off what he does. It's just about, enjoying what you're doing and kind of, as silly as it sounds, like looking on the bright side of life and just enjoying it as best you can, because everyone's got shit they're dealt with and that sucks, but you only get to do it once, so just appreciate it and enjoy it.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what side of the world you're in. I'm HalfLifeSistah, and this is my hubby Wolfgang.
To everybody.
Welcome to my channel and to another episode of Sister and Wolf Reaction. We're coming back with another patron request by Alex Kinley.
Is Alex the message you sent me today to read?
Yes, it is.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I got your personal message. Thank you. It was very nice. I like the kinship. I appreciate that.
Alex says, I noticed that you have never reacted to any Architects tracks before, and this absolutely must change. Can you please react to the lyric video tribute version of the track, Memento Mori?
Mori's an interesting word.
Yeah.
It's like a memory of death.
Ooh, memory of death. God.
Okay, interesting title.
Ooh, okay. The song is written by the band's guitarist, Tom Searle, who passed away at a young age from stage 4 melanoma cancer.
Wow.
He was 28 years old when he passed away.
So young.
The song is the last on their album, All Gods Have Abandoned Us, which was Tom's final swan song. It is Tom coming to grips with his death and going through the range of emotions that comes with it.
So he wrote this while he was actually sick? Probably going through chemo or something?
Yes, he was actually sick for 3 years. He had cancer for 3 years before he passed away. So yeah.
Did he go into remission and it came back or something? Because that's what happened to my mom.
I don't know about that. I just know that he suffered for a few years, and their last tour. I'm going to read to you what he said in Wiki. He had to cancel on that.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
All right.
Further says that the additional voice on the track is Alan Watts, who was a British lecturer and philosopher that spoke about coming to terms with death.
Alan Watts. Not sure if I'm familiar with his work, but we talk about death a lot on this channel.
Yeah, we do.
Nightwish has brought me to terms with death surprisingly more than most people. So
yeah.
In a very interesting way. Greatest show on earth, and towards the end, kind of really made me reflect on it.
They are so epic. It's not
doing
even
a pretty good job so far.
It's not even cool how epic they are.
I can't imagine what it's like losing a twin, because it's tough losing a family member, but when that family member is literally a piece of you,
yes,
I would think it would be like a parent losing a child.
Yeah.
It's like there's a half missing. There's a piece of you literally missing. That's got to be rough.
Were so. And there was a synergy between the two of them. I mean, to the point where they
were twins. I can imagine.
They created a band together.
Yeah.
I mean, one was a guitarist, the other was a drummer, and I mean, they were just this beautiful marriage, beautiful partnership, and just the idea that his other better half is no longer on this earth to continue this journey with him. It's heavy. It's heavy. I'm gonna probably get involved more often with these reactions. I think I should. I'm just so used to you doing everything, and I'm,
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, I enjoyed being a part of this. And when I read about, this band, I was intrigued, and I fell in love with them.
You get the investment, yeah.
Yes, I do.
But the context helps, especially when you're listening to something new, to understand what it is and where it comes from.
Yes.
I found that a lot of things that I did not like in my younger days, I like now, because I know the context.
Gotcha.
And because I look at it from a different point of view.
Yeah.
And I realize that I had some biases and some closed-mindedness back in the day when I used to reject certain kinds of music, certain kind of vocals, things like that. So this kind of context really does make the music sound better, where otherwise if I just listen to it on a surface level We're going to be doing another band with a similar, where I would have immediately dismissed them had I not studied them a little bit better.
Really?
Butcher Babies, yeah. It's like I would just, look at them and see them on stage. I would easily dismiss them. Then I see what they're doing, who they're making a tribute to.
Yeah.
So the context matters. So
the same thing happened with Baby Metal. I keep going back to that.
Yeah. That was like our first time we realized the proper research needs to be done if you're doing something.
And also context is important. How people don't want you to give me too much
Yeah.
context. It is important, a lot of times.
Yeah, but it makes all the difference,
It
because
does.
if we don't do that, we come in with our preconceived notions, which are oftentimes incorrect.
Right.
So, yeah. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready to hear what they got.
All right. It's for you, Tommy.
As above, so below, dismantle piece by piece. What's left will not decease. As within, so without, the seasons bring relief. Let me live and die in peace.
everything is changed, nothing can be held on to. To the degree that you go with a stream, you see, you are still. You're flowing with it. But to the degree you resist the stream, then you notice that the current is rushing past you and fighting you. So swim with it. Go with it. And you're there. You're at rest.
It's
can't hang on to yourself. You don't have to try not to hang on to yourself. It can't be done. And that is salvation. Memento Mori. Be mindful of death.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's probably the first time I ever teared up to a metalcore song. Towards the end, I made the mistake of recognizing that what we're listening to was still written and performed by him. It's not like it was a tribute after the fact.
Right.
Like
yeah.
he's there.
Yeah.
He's playing on this track,
Yes.
and that created this weird
Yeah.
feeling.
Yes. Yeah.
And we're not. I'll speak for myself here. I won't speak for you. It's not like I don't know this guy, so I've gotten to know him a little bit in this 20 minutes, but really like who I'm crying for is like the twin brother,
Yes, I know.
because it's the people left behind that are really feeling
Of course.
feeling the loss. And I always empathize when someone passes away young, because especially as you get older and you realize how, regardless of what age you are, we're already in our 40s,
Yeah.
that I'm not ready to go.
I'm not either.
And the idea of anyone knowing, there's a difference between getting sick and knowing you're going to pass and having an accident and just being,
Yes. Yes.
just dying. And to know, to be fighting cancer for 3 years and to have to know that it's a possibility at such a young age.
Yes.
Again,
Yeah.
I've been there, I've been there. And it's like when I hit 40, you have to be careful when we go to these
I
places.
know, baby. I know.
But when I hit 40, I realized that when my mom died at that age,
Yeah.
that was not an okay age to die, And she was looking for answers. Similar to what they're doing here with this gentleman. She actually was never a religious person, but she actually turned to Christianity towards the end in a desperate hope that obviously wasn't there. But people get desperate at times like that, and they look for answers to the meaning of everything. I think it's why I have this relentless pursuit of reality. I think it's why I have this relentless pursuit of, you get mad when I talk about death, you get mad when I say things that are simply like factual and real and
Talk about it.
but I think that's why I live in that place. I think it's because I see what it looks like when someone is about to die, and I don't want to ever be there. I don't want to ever be at the point when I'm ready to go and not have the answers that I should have already had. And it's like, that's why that line from Nightwish, where "Arrive Alive," affected me as well.
Wow, yeah.
It's like, you never want to be at a point where you're about to pass and realize that you wasted your life, or you didn't live it the way you wanted
Yes. Yeah.
to. And
Live your life.
such a
baby.
complex subject, but it's
It
why
is.
I think it's why I'm so interested in it,
Yeah.
Not in some sort of morbid way, but in a way of genuine understanding and acceptance.
And acceptance. My heart is breaking so much for Dan.
We're going through this coronavirus thing,
Yes, ma'am.
and I'm watching these stories of a woman's husband dying. And with the coronavirus, what's especially painful is when your loved one gets sick, you can't be with them.
You can't be with them, yeah.
So you have to just hope that they get better. So if you don't see them for a couple weeks and then you find out they die and you didn't even get a chance to really say goodbye.
Right.
And it's just this crazy time where we are so aware of our mortality right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, definitely.
and I'm really hope we don't forget it.
Yes.
Because part of why this world is such a shitty place is because nobody really lives in this
We don't-
place
yes.
where we don't realize how valuable and special life is. And God, we just piss it away sometimes,
We do.
so often.
We do. We do. That was an experience and a journey. Thank you, Alex,
Yeah.
for sharing that with us in our community.
Yeah, there's so many stories to be told. I watch a lot of World War documentaries and stuff, and I'm always hearing there's an endless array of tales to be told. Millions of people.
Yeah.
Everyone has a story, and here's another one.
Yes.
It's insane because our minds can't wrap around the numbers of what's happening right now. And COVID is kind of helping, to be honest, because it's happening so quickly. Because if you actually look at statistics on how many people die a day and from what, it's shocking. It's shocking. So COVID is helping, I think, a lot of people come to reality, because it's easy when you don't look at these numbers, you don't look at statistics, and you don't look at what's really happening in the world, to live your happy-go-lucky life and ignore
Yes.
this. And like I said, I think ignoring it is a mistake, because I think looking at the reality of what is happening will make things better. I mean, I don't know if I'm making myself clear as to how, but it's like, if we all realize that it's like the whole, if a meteor is on our way, suddenly we're all allies, right? Because we have a common enemy.
Yes.
It's like that whole Watchmen ending I always talk about. It's like, why do we have to get to that point? Why can't we just understand that? Why can't we pretend that we all have a common enemy, and that common enemy is survival?
Yes.
And then
It should be. I mean, really.
but instead we look at our own survival as an individualistic thing, as opposed
exactly.
to a global thing.
We're all connected.
And that's why global warming, there are thousands of corporations. Only 100 corporations cause 70% of the emissions that go into the atmosphere and cause global warming. Only 100 companies out of the thousands that exist. And we can easily address this problem, but we don't look at it in that scale. We don't look at it as we're all in this together. We're only looking at, my paychecks are coming in. I'll be dead before this ever becomes a problem.
It's all about money and power and control.
And
that's just what this world
it's so
is
frustrating.
based on. I mean,
It's frustrating because you can have money, power, and control,
Yes, and still-
also help.
I am
You
aware.
can do both.
But they don't think that they're thinking about the now. They're not thinking about 50 years from now, 100, because they don't think they're not going to be around. They just don't care. They don't care.
It's very frustrating.
I know.
All right. Not to get off topic, but thank you for the request.
Yes, baby. You're so beautiful. Thank you for the love and support.
This kind of remind me song-wise of some similar metalcore that we heard back like a year ago.
I told you it was on
What was
my
it?
channel.
It had the word ocean in it.
Being as an ocean, I think.
Being as an ocean.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
kind of
that was
reminded
during
me
my-
of that.
looking
And they
like
also had
my-
very profound lyrics.
It was on In Case You Missed It. The playlist that it should be in the In Case You Missed It playlist, I think. From my birthday stream in 2018, I think it was.
Yeah, this kind of metalcore, I get it. I get why they like it. It's like the younger generation. It has a younger sound, and it takes me a little bit to kind of adjust to it for some reason, and I'm not quite sure why.
Interesting.
But I do see their intent and their efforts, and particularly the more mature stuff like this, I definitely enjoy. So I'm definitely not opposed to it.
Gotcha.
All right, sweetheart. I think you did a good job.
You think so?
Yeah, it was nice to be the reactor here and just kind of sit and listen to you talk and break it all down for me. I think you did a really good job.
Thank you.
I have a good understanding of the band and the brothers, and
God, I'm glad.
I felt it. Well done.
Thank you. I'll do this one more time next year. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video, and if you did, please give us a thumbs up, comment below. Do not leave without subscribing, but also do share our content as well.
Support us on Patreon if you want to get your reactions in, and as always,
keep
it metal, guys.
Keep it metal, baby. Metal forever, baby. I love you guys. Thank you again, Alex. You're wonderful.
You're all wonderful. All our patrons, all our YouTube members that are slowly. They're not many, but we see you and we appreciate you.
Yes,
and you're growing.
yes,
So
yes.
Thank you for the support, guys.
Thank
we
you,
really do
guys.
appreciate it.
I love you guys. Thank you for loving me. All right. Bye.
We're not a cool band. We're not like a band, you know.
I think you're cool, man.
I think you're cool as well.
Thanks. Right, sucking me off. All the time, you're so cool.
This shouldn't be happening.
I nearly missed out on that one as well.
Yeah.
Pulled it back.
We worked very, very hard on it in the studio, and nightmares.
Just pointing at your groin. You're gonna see footage of that. Watching back is just gonna be me like that.
Yeah, so the record's good. We're really happy with it.
What about, stay sick or stay heavy? Stay hard. Keep on rocking till the break of dawn.
But then there'll be the next step, and there'll be the next step, and there'll be the next step, and it's really like holding on to smoke, thinking that somehow if we achieve this, it's going to be some sort of salvation, and life isn't about that. It's about now, really.